What if your next phone could last for days and still be as thin as a flagship like the Galaxy S25 Ultra? Sounds impossible, right? But that's exactly what might be coming next year, a mid-range phone that could completely change how we think about smartphone batteries. Imagine this, a phone with a 10,000 mAh battery, yet it's slimmer than 8.5 millimeters. That's about the same thickness as Samsung's top-tier models. Usually, if a phone has a big battery, it ends up looking and feeling bulky. But new battery tech is starting to change that. So how is this possible? The short answer is silicon batteries. They've been around for a while, but until now, manufacturers struggled to fit large capacity cells into thin designs. Most phones today use lithium-ion batteries, which are reliable but don't offer huge leaps in energy density. Silicon-based batteries, on the other hand, are becoming the go-to option for companies trying to balance power and size. We've already seen signs of this shift. Honor recently launched phones with 8,000 and even 8,300 mAh batteries. And while those phones are still thicker than most flagships, they prove that we're getting closer to combining ultra-long battery life with sleek designs. Now, this new unnamed phone, expected to enter testing early next year, could take things to the next level. A 10,000 mAh battery in a device that feels like a Galaxy S25 Ultra is a bold move, and it's not just about packing in more power. These new battery designs are more efficient and capable of maintaining better performance over time. But before you start thinking this phone will automatically be the best on the market, here's something important to know. A huge battery doesn't always mean long-lasting performance. Other factors like software, processor efficiency, and screen brightness play a big role too. In fact, some flagship phones with smaller batteries, like the iPhone 16 or the upcoming Google Pixel 9, could still outlast a 10,000 mAh phone in daily use. That's because they're better optimized. Take Samsung's new Galaxy Z Fold 7. For example, it still uses a 4,400 mAh battery, same as last year's Fold 6, but with better software and smarter hardware, it performs reliably well, even if it doesn't break any records. Also, Samsung is known for supporting its devices with software updates for up to 7 years. That means their phones are designed to last, even if the battery capacity doesn't seem impressive on paper. Chinese manufacturers, on the other hand, tend to push new tech faster, assuming that most users will upgrade their phones more often. Have you ever thought about getting a foldable phone, but then changed your mind because of that annoying crease down the middle of the screen? You're not alone. For years, the crease has been one of the biggest complaints when it comes to foldable devices. Even though Samsung has come a long way with its Galaxy Z Fold series, that visible line where the screen bends just won't go away. The Galaxy Z Fold 7, which was just released, is the thinnest and lightest foldable Samsung has ever made. It feels more refined, more polished, and generally better in every way than the ones before it. But still, that crease is there, and for some people, it's enough to keep them from buying into the foldable experience. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. A new report from well-known analyst Ming-Chi Kuo says Samsung might be working on a real fix for the crease problem. According to him, the upcoming Galaxy Z Fold 8 could feature a brand new type of display plate made from metal and drilled with lasers. This design could allow the screen to bend more smoothly without putting all the pressure on a single line. In theory, this would finally eliminate the crease, or at least make it so minor that you wouldn't even notice it. That would be a big deal for people like me and maybe you too, who have been waiting for that one last improvement before switching to foldables. What makes this rumor even more exciting is that the panel might be made by Fine Tech, a South Korean company, and they may also be supplying the same display to Apple for their first foldable iPhone, which is expected to come out in 2026. If both Apple and Samsung are working on this new kind of screen, that tells us something important. A crease-free future might actually be closer than we thought. Of course, there's a catch. These new panels are more expensive than the ones Samsung uses now, which could mean a higher price tag for the Galaxy Z Fold 8. We don't know if Samsung will absorb that extra cost or pass it on to the customer, but chances are the price could go up. Still, if you've been holding off on getting a foldable because of the crease, you might be okay paying a little more for something that finally looks and feels seamless. Another fun detail is that Samsung might not stop there. Some leaks even suggest that the company is also working on a tri-foldable phone, which could be even more flexible and open up like a brochure. That's something we'll probably hear more about in the near future. As for me, I've personally avoided foldables for one reason: the crease. Some users say you get used to it, and maybe that's true, but I know it would bother me every time I touch the screen. That slight dent just feels out of place on such a high-tech device. So if the Galaxy Z Fold 8 really does fix this with the help of that new laser drill display plate, would you spend just $25 more if it meant getting a much better phone? Before you hit that buy button for the Galaxy A56 in the United States, hold on, because Samsung has quietly dropped a deal that might completely change your decision. The Galaxy A56 just launched in the US at $499. It sounds like a solid deal, especially since this phone has been out in other markets like the Galaxy A36, which arrived a while back. But Samsung may have purposely delayed the A56's launch in America, and now it's pretty clear why. The Galaxy S25 Ultra, which normally costs $649, is now on sale for just $525. No trade-in, no special promo code, just a flat $125 off, bringing it just $25 above the A56, and that $25 makes a big difference. The Galaxy S25 Ultra gives you the Exynos 2400E processor, which is miles ahead of the A56's Exynos 1480. If you look at benchmark scores like Geekbench, the S25 FE scores about 50% higher. It also comes with faster memory speeds, so everything from opening apps to gaming feels more responsive. Now let's talk about the display. The Galaxy S25 Ultra features a dynamic AMOLED to X screen that just looks better than the A56's panel. Colors pop more, and it's smoother in motion, especially when watching videos or scrolling. On top of that, the camera setup on the S25 FE is in a different league. It even includes an 8-megapixel zoom lens, which is completely missing on the A56, so if photography matters to you, this is an easy win. Then there's the software. With the Galaxy S25 Ultra, you get the full Galaxy AI experience, which includes smart features that help you get more out of your phone. And don't forget Samsung DeX, which turns your phone into a mini computer when plugged into a monitor. That's something the A56 just doesn't offer. To be fair, the A56 does have a few things going for it. It will get one extra Android operating system update compared to the S25 Ultra, and its battery is slightly larger with faster charging. But we're talking small gains, maybe a few hundred mAh extra in battery, or a couple more watts in charging. Those things matter, sure, but they don't outweigh everything else the S25 Ultra brings to the table. For just $25 more, you're getting better performance, better display, better camera, more software features, and overall a more future-proof phone. And this isn't just a temporary coupon offer that disappears in a flash. Samsung is offering this deal with